been to a lot of conferences and summits in my career, and the opening of this summit is the best I've ever seen. And that was around setting the tone for a positive way to celebrate culture and then get down to business and focus on how we can collectively work to optimise First Nations participation and outcomes across this beautiful country.
Arriving here today to attend the conference is a really important part to understand the opportunities that are available for Powerlink as an organisation to engage and collaborate and work together with First Nation organisations.
We have traditional owners, First Nations communities, First Nations leaders, First Nations business owners in the room with proponents, people from government, people who are making these large project investments.
What I really love is when you're up on the stage, you look across and you've got some of the elders from the region, and that is a great reminder about why we're here.
We had the privilege of being at the inaugural summit. You can actually clearly see the transition of possibility into the doing and the actual reality and tangible outcomes.
When we're interviewing principal contractors, our conversation now is more around social performance and asking them, what's your engagement plan with traditional owners while working on their country? That is a conversation change that we're now hammering through our tender processes.
We really have this new opportunity to start looking at co-investment. How do we bring First Nations in as joint venture partners? For example, the fact that First Nations have such intricate knowledge of the land means things like what they call the site selection process, where do you put stuff, suddenly becomes important because they know where the sacred sites are. They are the place protectors of certain areas. A lot of developers don't have any idea about this, and they spend a lot of time going round and round in circles, wasting time. First Nations can contribute to that conversation by very quickly giving them solutions to some of the things that can potentially become project killers otherwise. So First Nations have a role to play in partnership with energy giants.
It's just not about standard approaches anymore of engagement with First Nations people. It's about engagement and translating that into economic development and prosperity so we're able to address our own social disadvantage.
Why are we bringing up consultants and people from Melbourne and Sydney and Brisbane, for goodness sake, to go and take a water sample or to go and find a different bird in the tree? Why don't we have Aboriginal people and local scientists doing that work? Now my why is teaming up with Aboriginal development corporations and companies to be able to enhance capacity locally and seeing our country being looked after by First Nations people.
The value that traditional owners or First Nations people bring to organisations or companies or development initiatives, we've got to elevate it even more. This forum is the perfect forum to be able to present their stories of success and their learnings as well.
To be in a room of major players and for them to really understand that there are actual young businesses and Indigenous and 100% TO companies out there, they've got a sense of direction and they've got the passion and the drive. It's very important for us to get that message across.
You have proponents together with traditional owners, and I think that just brings greater understanding.
Part of this is building our own capability in knowledge and confidence in terms of how we're engaging with First Nations organisations and businesses.
We get nervous about getting it wrong. I get nervous about those sort of things. So through more engagement, more interaction, better confidence leading to better outcomes for both First Nations, but ultimately as we talk about that prosperity piece for the state.
So I'm really keen next year to bring some of my faith to this forum, because I do think that it'll really influence the way how we move forward.
It's a really great opportunity and a platform for us to showcase our worth and engage with the industry.
And hopefully conferences like this can help raise that awareness and we talk more. We talk more so people can walk the talk.